Hello and welcome to RVCast, brought to you by Curb and Turf. On this show, you will get insight from our full-time RVers, Dave and Tracy Stanley, as they showcase out of the ordinary RV sites and adventures, along with tips and tricks for enhancing your RV experience. And now, let's hit the road.
Welcome to another episode of RVCast. Today we are at, what's the name of the vineyard?
Accardi Vineyards.
Accardi Vineyard. And this is Cinzia of Accardi Vineyards. And so, Cynthia, tell me a little bit about the vineyard. How many acres do you have here?
This is almost 5 acres. It's about 4.83 acres.
Oh, wow. And has this been in your family for a while?
Yes, we purchased the land in 1982, but we didn't actually start planting the grapes until the early 90s.
Oh, okay. Wow. So all of these grapes that are in the vineyard started in the 1990s, early 1990s?
Early 90s, yes.
So that would be 30 some odd years.
Oh, yes.
And the same vines, huh?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. And how many different varieties of grape do you have?
4 varieties.
4 varieties.
We have Cabernet, Syrah, red Zinfandel, and we have a little bit of Moscato.
Wow,
Yeah.
Fantastic. And do you produce your own wines and
Yes.
vinegars and everything?
Wines and olive oils, because we
Wines
have
and
olives.
okay. So not only a grape vineyard, but also an olive orchard.
Yes.
Fantastic. Same type of time frame with the olive trees. Those are about 30 years.
Yeah, well, actually, the olives were planted a little bit later. I would say maybe early 2000s.
Okay. And I introduced you as Cynthia,
Yes.
but your given name is
Cinzia.
Cinzia,
Yes.
which is very Italian.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
your
yeah.
heritage is Italian.
Yes, my parents are both immigrants from Sicily,
Really? Directly?
directly.
Wow. How old were they when they immigrated?
My father was, I believe he was like 22 when he arrived in America, and my mother was 17.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
they met in Chicago.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
So did they come through the whole Ellis Island experience and everything that way? or-
No, just directly
Oh,
to
okay.
Chicago.
Directly to Chicago. And then how in the world did they end up in California?
My dad actually visited Napa Valley on a business trip,
Uh-huh.
and he fell in love with California, and he put the house on the market and said, "We're moving to California."
That's great.
The rest is history.
Wow. And how many siblings do you have?
I have one brother. He's
Oh,
younger,
okay.
3 years younger.
Oh, fantastic. So wonderful family. So were you essentially raised out here on this property?
Pretty much. I mean, I've moved away a few times,
Right.
but how do you move away from this?
Right. Oh, I tell you, it's the shape and the maintenance of the vineyard is just incredible.
Yes, thank you.
And so does your family primarily take care of the vineyard all by itself, or do you have help?
Oh, we do have help. We have professional help, thank goodness, because it is a lot of work. It is lots of work, and we are very grateful for the help that we do have.
Right. Did you grow up having to do a lot of the work?
Not so much. I was
good.
more of the marketing person.
Yeah.
I would sell at the farmers markets, social media later on in the years, and we also had a restaurant.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, in 2008.
Wow.
And that was a whole different story. But it was a lot of work. We did sell our wines there. We did catering. We were the first farm-to-table restaurant in Solano County. And, it was fun, but it was a lot of work. And we decided that we'd rather dedicate 100% of our time on our land because we wanted to restructure it and take care of our customers, like, on a one-on-one basis.
Sure.
So they would have a private experience coming here.
Oh, that's great. And speaking of coming here, this is obviously a host site for Curb and Turf, and so you invite people right into the vineyard.
Yes.
And in fact, where we're parked, where we're camping, because we are staying here this weekend and highlighting this site, Where we are is just a few steps away from the actual vineyard.
Yes.
And I tell you, we love it here. It's so beautiful.
I'm glad.
So tell us a little bit about where we are in California.
We are located in Vacaville, and Vacaville is smack dab in the middle of San Francisco and Sacramento. So we're, if we want to see the snow, Lake Tahoe is just a few hours away. We want to get away to the city and cool off. We'll go to San Francisco. We're not too far from Sacramento, about a half an hour away. So we have, a little bit of everything. And Northern California is beautiful. We have nice weather. Can't complain.
Certainly.
The locals, they are very supportive of local shopping here. We have our farmers markets going on, and the factory outlet stores are what's known for people to shop at in Vacaville. Mom and pop restaurants are coming back around more. Yeah. Even after COVID, there were some challenges, but the restaurants, they're thriving again, which is nice to see.
That's great. And speaking of farmers markets, we attended one today.
Yes.
So Cinzia was gracious enough to tell us which farmers market to attend in Vacaville. And it was gorgeous. It was at a beautiful park.
Yes.
And we actually took the river walk along the river and had an ice cream cone, and we picked up our produce for the day, and it was delightful. So fantastic location, because as you're traveling across the country and traveling across California, you've got the two big cities, right? Sacramento, San Francisco, and this is just an ideal stop along the way.
Yes, and that's what the Nut Tree, it was a destination, like a resting point when people would travel, they, on their way to San Francisco or Sacramento. The Nut Tree in Vacaville, that was a landmark.
So what's the Nut Tree?
The Nut Tree now, it's like basically a stopping point for people to eat.
Okay.
They had the restaurants there and the shops at the time. And now it's progressed. Now there are more restaurants, and you've got the what do you call that? The merry-go-round. And, and you still have some of the old-fashioned stores that are keeping up the tradition, like selling the vintage cookies. They used to be these monstrous cookies and the ice cream cones. And, stuff that we would enjoy as kids, but I can't remember what year it actually started, but it's been for many, many years, and that's what Vacaville is known for.
Perfect.
Great stopping point, if you ask me.
Yeah. And this really is the heart and soul of all kinds of produce.
Oh yes, we are in the heart of agricultural city here, because we not only have just Vacaville, but there's Dixon, there's Woodland, and then there's Fairfield and Green Valley area on the way to San Francisco. I mean, we are able to grow and be able to eat all kinds of seasonable, delicious foods.
No, that's great. So let's take a look at one of the vines. So here is this year's beginning crop, yeah?
Yes.
So what kind of grape is this?
A Cabernet.
This is a Cabernet.
Yes, it will be ready in September. That's when harvest season begins.
Okay. And here we are in mid-June.
Yes.
So we've still got a few months before those are ready to harvest. And what kind of volume does your vineyard here produce?
Very little. I mean, we're not like big like Napa Valley or anything, just more on the smaller scale. But I think we produced, the last time of wines we produced, we had about 5,000 cases.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
5,000 cases of wine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So and how many bottles are in a case?
12.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was not bad. But now we are mostly now we're in transition. So now we mostly just sell the grapes to beginning winemakers, local restaurants, or just people that want to come by and grab some grapes to learn how to make jams.
That's
desserts.
great. So introduce us to some of your furries here. Come here, Stella.
Yeah, we have Stella. She's a German short-haired pointer. She is 7 years old.
Oh my
And
goodness.
she is a very good watchdog, and she's always around the workers here. She loves being around people. She's the greeter.
She is a sweetheart.
Yeah, she is, and she's very playful, and
Yeah.
she's had some really beautiful babies. And then this is her mate Toby.
Hey, Toby.
He's also a German short-haired pointer, but he's the black and white type,
Right.
which is more of the rare kind of type of German short-haired pointer.
Right.
And he is 10 years old. And he's also an excellent watchdog, and he just loves hugs and kisses. He's more of the affectionate one.
Right. They definitely are social animals, aren't they?
Oh yes, they're very good family dogs. They love attention, and they're really good at letting us know when people arrive.
Yeah, they welcomed us very nicely. So that's great.
They eat the grapes. I see.
Yes, they do, and I did look it up, and grapes are, great, health benefits for the dogs, as well as some of the other fruits on our property, like the mulberries.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Stella would eat them while she was pregnant, and it's supposed to be really good for their digestive system.
That's great. They've got a lot of antioxidants and things like that.
Oh,
so,
yes.
well, great. Well, let's make our way over to the olive portion
Oh, yes.
of the farm.
Here.
Over this way. Oh yeah, just right here in the front yard. So this is the homestead.
Yes.
And did your family build this house?
Yes, we did build this in '89.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Right when, pretty close to when they first arrived here then. huh?
Yes. Yeah, it took a few years to build.
Yeah.
And because it's all custom and, with
Yeah.
permits and whatnot.
Yeah.
And little by little, they wanted, the idea was to create a lifestyle like how they grew up in Sicily. This is like a little Sicily for them, minus the beaches, of course.
Right.
But they wanted the olives and the grapes and all the
Right.
other fruit trees, especially the citrus fruits
Yeah.
and all the stuff that we have grown here is something that we do for homesteading, pretty much.
That's great. So tell me about the olives here. Are these, how does an olive, because there's green olives and black olives.
Yes.
Are they the same variety or
No.
they're not? So it's not like you pick green olives early and black olives late. It's a totally different variety.
It's a totally different variety, and these are more of the common ones to make olive oil with.
Okay.
And the black ones, we do have some, and with those, we use them in our salads,
Right.
kind of like the Greek style almost.
Okay.
But with these, we make just a small amount of olive oil, but we grow them, but we don't mill them ourselves because we don't have the equipment. But we go to a local miller in the Green Valley area, Il Fiorello, and they have like an olive oil tasting room, and you can buy olive oils from them, different varietals, and they have farm-to-table lunches and I believe brunch as well.
Yeah.
And they are a fantastic small business, and
That's great.
we've been milling with them every year for the last 3 or 4 years now, and our olive oil turns out great. We're really happy.
Great.
And
So is there a marked difference between the olive oil that you can get in the store and pressed olive oil that comes right off of your farm?
I mean, there is a big difference.
Yeah.
It's obviously going to taste more fresh, and we store them in the glass bottles. Rather than the shelf life tends to stay longer because they're stored in glass bottles. And olive oil is a staple in our culture, and we cook with it daily.
Right. Right.
So the freshness is very important.
You cook with it. You take noon glass and drink the whole glass. No, I'm just kidding. There is a lot of olive oil in Italian culture, isn't there?
Oh yeah, and I also use it too to make my organic sugar scrubs because I have a side business where I make handmade cosmetics, and in
really?
my scrubs I use the olive oils from our farm.
I'll be.
Yes.
And so are those products available online or?
Oh yes,
Great.
yes.
Give us a plug. What's your website?
Yeah. The name of the business is called The Green Alchemist.
Okay.
And it's thegreenalchemist.net.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, there's lots of fun stuff on there, lots of homemade stuff and things that pertain to my travels, like from Egypt and
Yeah.
Tulum and in Sicily, of course. They're all
Right.
influenced, all my travels are influenced into my hand-making products.
Great. So what is your main product that you produce?
Mostly oils,
Uh-huh.
and, like massage oils, and I do, and then they're all aromatherapy.
Oh,
And
okay.
then I have some creams, and then some other body care stuff like body sprays. It's a little bit of everything because every time I go to the farmer's market, I'll sell something of a variety of stuff. It's never the same.
Right.
There's favorites every week that change.
So it's not necessarily the edible side. It's all more oil products for
Cosmetics.
For cosmetics.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well,
Yes.
that's great. And what's the name of it again?
It's called The Green Alchemist.
The Green Alchemist.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So everybody check out the show notes for a link to The Green Alchemist and check out Cynthia's products, and that would be great. So what does the future hold for your farm here?
Well, eventually I would like to create, my family and I have talked about having a community garden. And that way, if the travelers, they come here, they get to have a piece of our land, and they get to enjoy it. They want to come by and pick up some olives or, lemons or tomatoes or something. It would be nice to have. And I just creating a community and for people to be comfortable to stay here and to enjoy what homesteading is all about, and without getting away from the hustle and bustle. I would love to create just for the community, just to for all of us to thrive emotionally and spiritually.
Right. And that's exactly what falls into the whole philosophy behind Curb and Turf.
Yes.
This is a way, travelers can choose to go with the campground route, and that's absolutely fine.
Yes.
It's convenient, all the
Yes.
services and everything. But really, the whole point of Curb and Turf is making connections with real people
Yes,
like you.
definitely.
And I'm sure that you enjoy meeting the people that come by to stay.
Yes.
And I got to tell you, this experience for us has been absolutely A+.
Oh, thank you.
This has
I'm
been
glad.
such a fun thing. I've learned things about vineyards and orchards that I had no idea about, different olive varieties.
Yes.
And it's just so fun to immerse yourself in the way that it's actually done,
Yes.
rather than just going to the store and saying, hey, I just need some olive oil. I don't
Yeah.
care where it came from or whatever.
Yeah.
This is just a totally different experience. And let's go over to where the parking site is
Oh yeah.
for the RV.
Yeah, we do here things here on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
We're obviously not a huge
Right.
RV lot here, but
You wouldn't want it to be, right?
No,
Because
no.
then you lose that
the charm.
the charm of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where we're parked, just right here next to the farmhouse, and it's a fantastically level spot, large enough for any type of RV, and also you've got a 50 amp service,
Yes.
which is so wonderful for
Convenient.
for the Curb and Turf sites,
Yes.
because not every site would have that.
Yeah.
And then right out the front window here, you get to enjoy the beautiful sunset.
Yes. Oh yes.
And so we've got the 50 amp service, and there's no sewer dump on site.
Not yet. Eventually,
Okay.
I would love to have that. That's our goal. That's actually
Okay.
Yeah, and but in the meantime, folks, they can enjoy the swimming pool. There is an RV site that's close by that you can
That you can dump.
dump. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, and that's just a few minutes away.
Yeah. Probably a small fee to dump.
It's very minimal.
Yeah. But you've got a nice swimming pool
Yes.
in the backyard that's available for the guests.
And access to our garden.
Great.
And you can walk here. If a small pet would be fine.
Oh,
Small
okay.
pet, and as you can see, our dogs do like your dog.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I'll tell you, Jules, our furry friend, she has loved getting to know Stella and Toby. They have been wonderful playmates. And then also, do you have water available?
Yes.
Okay.
I do have water available.
Fantastic. So it's not necessarily something that somebody can actually hook into and use the pressurized system into the RV. It's just fill up your tank.
Yes.
But then access to the electricity,
Yes.
50 amp.
Yes.
And so, Cinzia, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's been a real pleasure.
Oh,
A very, very nice weekend so far. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Cynthia, thank you so much for
welcome.
taking the time to introduce your site and for hosting us.
Yeah, thank
we
you.
We almost feel like family here.
Yeah, it's been a real pleasure, and this is what I like. I love to be around people that that will enjoy their stay here, and they can tell me about their stories and share our cultures, and that's what it's.
That's what it's about. Oh,
Yes.
that's so great. Well, thank you so much,
You're
Cynthia.
welcome. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning into another episode of RVCast. We hope you enjoyed hearing about our latest adventures on the road.
And don't forget, if you're itching to explore unique and interesting RV destinations, be sure to download the Curb and Turf app.
That's right, Curb and Turf, it's your go-to for finding those hidden gems off the beaten path. And hey, if you own property and you want to share your slice of paradise with fellow travelers, why not become a host yourself?
Absolutely. Just head over to curbandturf.com/start hosting to get started, or reach out to us for more information.
Yeah, and you don't want to miss a future episode, so be sure to subscribe to RVCast so that you never miss a beat.
Until next time, happy trails and safe travels.
We'll see you on the road.